Okay, that's how many poorly written points in this video? Who checked this again? Well, shit, my commentary career has been destroyed. Oh. Whatever. Luna took the game here and I'm here to commentate on a specific somebody. Well, you probably know Jonas Smith since I've not only covered him back in 2017, I've co-opted with him multiple times. Some better than others, but yeah. Anyhow, a few weeks ago he released his 30th commentary, one on Phantom Strider, who was a cartoon guy or whatever. While I thought the video was alright, I actually did have a few issues with it. Enough to give me an excuse to hit furry/weeb/brony trash Smith for a second time. Sketch, Dark, Key, this is for you.
I'm not a fan of puppeteers, but I'm a nagging fear. Someone else is pulling out the strings. Something terrible is going down through the entire town, wreaking anarchy and all it brings. I can't sit idly, no, I can't move at all. I curse the name, the one behind it all. Discord, I'm running out the mood and sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. Discord, whatever did we do to make you take our will away?
You know, I have the aching feeling that I'm going to completely regret this decision. I'm seeing stars and I can't reach for them. Frick!
Oh, I can fix that for you.
Who the heck are you?
Oh, me? I'm Sweet. I'm the spirit that resided in the Millennium Coffee you just destroyed. Pretty sure you owe poor Mr. Silver money now, though.
Okay, so two problems here. Number one is the line delivery here. While the line is supposed to be you in agony, you're kind of not trying. Well, I'm not saying I can't deal with it, I'm not trying to force you to become good, because nobody can become good overnight, just like a Funimation of a Dragon Ball.
You didn't say please!
You still didn't sound like you were trying, and two, a worst case scenario, if you were in a spot where you can't yell, it'd be best to rewrite the line to accommodate this so you wouldn't need to yell at all. Either way, the complaint is unimportant, and you can take it any way you want. The real problem is my second issue. You see, there is a glaring issue with Sweet's articulation, which is due to her goddamn voice being too damn high in pitch. While it isn't much of an issue here, it sometimes can be hard to understand the character's dialogue, so I'd wish for you to at least tone down the character's pitch a bit.
Alright, let's go. It's time to check out some time-honored classic cartoons, remade into disastrous train wrecks. When a cartoon gets remade, for some reason, it is standard practice to put it in the hands of people with absolutely no interest in the original cartoon, even to the point where the new team won't watch a single episode of the original show. Hell, sometimes the teams outright hate the source material and do everything they can to sabotage the original creators, devastating fans in their way.
Isn't that kind of an unfair generalization against reboots as a whole?
Okay, yeah, you aren't wrong. Sure, there probably are a few cartoons that are like that. I'd like to touch on your wording. It's standard practice. Standard practice. Meaning that's in the norm for people to, and I quote, do everything they can to sabotage the original creators.
Jonah, did you watch him more than once here? Because this is completely wrong. You see, Strider didn't say it's common practice, not even close. He instead said, sometimes this happens. Jonah, don't jump the gun. Last time you did that, you killed Can. Oh. Anyhow.
And coming in at number 9, Powerpuff Girls 2016. Let's start with the elephant in the room, because honestly, it's not the absolute worst.
I mean, yeah, it's not like we could have already guessed that, considering the placement that's out on the list. It's not like being right near the top would mean you don't consider the show as bad as the majority do. It's not like I know
Nothing. I mean, it's not like you know nothing about countdown making and how varied they can be. And no, I'm not even saying all lists are different, because while they can be, here's a funny thing. Just because something is at the top doesn't automatically mean it's not going to be that bad. Especially when a list is titled with worst in it. You'd expect it to be filled with completely bad topics, yet he has one that he admits is not that bad. What you're saying here, Jonah, is kinda stupid.
The main problem I personally found with the cartoon was that it focuses on the three main characters, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, who were the least interesting part of the original cartoon. I watched the original cartoon for characters like the Mayor, Mojo Jojo, him, Fuzzy Lumpkins, and how they worked off the main characters. Many of the episodes seem like a befuddled mess with no real structure or story, often seeming like a random series of jokes and memes.
OMG! Yes! Wait, now I'm confused.
how so.
Well, Mr. Phantom said it's a random series of jokes and memes. And right after that, you should have clipped a bubble saying OMG. But when has OMG ever been a meme?
Hey, yay, hey, it's Post Jonah. Okay, so when reading this over again, I realized I made a mistake. That being OMG wasn't a meme. Instead, it was actually Yas. That being said, this is still a flaw on Phantom's part. Why? Because he didn't go into detail. Most might be a me thing, up to this point, I didn't even know Yas was a meme. He could have easily fixed this too. Like, say, if he said, in the episode Painbow, Bubble says Yas, which is a meme. Might not be the best way of saying it, But either way, elaboration would have been actually helpful in this section.
Okay, here's a little issue for post-Jonah. You see, I don't see why he needs to explain something that should be pretty effing clear. Yas is a meme that you unfortunately didn't know was a meme. To be a little honest, I could see the light you're shedding just a little bit, in that it wasn't exactly the greatest example in the world, but it's pretty clear that it was a meme, softcore or not. And hell, if anybody points out that because it was too softcore, I'll admit maybe, but either way, I bet he was doing it to avoid beating a dead horse. Both of them. You not knowing the meme doesn't mean it's a bad example. I'm sorry, insert Jules' catchphrase here. We'll have him on a budget.
The main problem I personally found with the cartoon was that it focuses on the three main characters, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, who were the least interesting part of the original cartoon. I watched the original cartoon for characters like the Mayor, Mojo Jojo, him, Fuzzy Lumpkins, and how they worked off the main characters.
While I'm at it, there's an implication here that bugs me. That being that the old show wasn't primarily focused on the Powerpuff Girls. I mean, the show is called the Powerpuff Girls. Were you expecting something different? The adventures of the secondary characters? Nah, it doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Well, I mean, it isn't like Naruto 100% focus on the characters named after, but whatever. Well, I could kind of admit that he does come off as he's implying the original series is mainly focused on the rest of the cast. I honestly doubt that's the case. He states that he liked it better when the other characters were around and worked off each other. If there are more characters to interact with besides the main three, he's saying there could be more enjoyment to be found. Well, I mean, that's probably why people love Jonatic so much, unfortunately.
And the third worst cartoon remake is Tom and Jerry Kids. Frankly, just the kids concept in general. Tom and Jerry Kids, Muppet Kids, Flintstone Kids, Looney Tunes Kids, and any kids franchise. For the longest time, you could not escape these cartoons. They were like a bad smell, emanating their stench through every single child's channel. Nothing made me want to play outside more than watching these unfunny, contrived snore fests. Whenever a network adds kids to the end of a cartoon title, I immediately think a cheap cash grab to capitalize on a younger demographic that doesn't know any better.
Wait, but isn't that just another unfair generalization?
Okay, by all definition, yes, it is a generalization, but I thought we only pointed these out if you throw these ideas down as if they're fact. At this moment, Strider is not saying that the show is just a straight up cash grab aimed at younger viewers. In actuality, he's explaining that slapping the kids moniker would give him the feeling that it was just slapped on in order to appeal to a younger audience, meaning that no effort would be put into it. He said that, sure, however, he wasn't saying it was exactly.
I am so sick of Scooby-Doo. Every repetitive, stupid reiteration of this annoying mutt.
Wait, repetitive? So adding Scrappy to change the formula is repetitive?
Apparently, just in the same way Mystery Incorporated was repetitive. Because I also remember that every Scooby-Doo series has a storyline, dark elements revolve on murder instead of petty crimes, and romance that actually went somewhere.
But that doesn't change the fact that our boy got tired, as for him the formula never really felt too much different from how it started. So, yeah. Anyways, final thoughts. Really all I have to say is that this is otherwise an actually pretty good video. To be honest, I think the dynamic between you and Sweet worked. There could have been much more done, but at the moment it's acceptable, so otherwise that's all I gotta say, so yeah, that's it. Wow, this is actually a pretty short commentary when you think about it.
God.